You knew me then. And you know me now. You know I'm not lying. I'm not.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be discussing Dwight's situation from the Season 7 finale of The Walking Dead, along with going into what we should think of him for the beginning of Season 8. That being said, warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to episode 7:16, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start out with his decision to go back to Alexandria with Rosita between the past few episodes. Rosita brought him back, but put him in the cell that Morgan built during Season 6. Rick asks Dwight why he wants to help, and Dwight tells him that he wants Negan dead and that he wants it all to stop. Dwight has had enough with Negan's reign on everyone, and he wants to help all the communities to take him out. Our survivors ask him why he can't just take Negan out from the inside alone, and Dwight admits that he can't kill Negan on his own because that won't permanently solve the problem, considering that all the saviors are Negan themselves. This circles back to a popular conversation amongst fans, the reason why killing only Negan won't solve their problems. They are all Negan, so if Negan ends up getting assassinated, they'll just put someone else in his place, like Simon for example. They have a whole hierarchy of ranks within their system built for exactly this. So anyways, Tara jumps in to tell Dwight that he murdered Denise, her girlfriend. Tara then tries convincing Daryl to murder him as Daryl pegs Dwight up against a wall with a knife in his face after getting triggered by Dwight mentioning that he wasn't aiming for Denise. During this, Rick and Michonne bring up that Dwight could have just came to see if Daryl was here and that they can't trust him. Dwight explains that Negan used to own him, but not anymore. Everything that Dwight did at the sanctuary, especially after Daryl's escape, he did for Sherry and Sherry alone. But now that Sherry's gone and no one is after her, Dwight doesn't want to be a part of Negan's system whatsoever. And you know, jumping back to episode 7:11, this means that Dwight would have probably left with Sherry if she would have waited for him. That's why he remembered to bring the damn beer and pretzels, and that's why he threw that doctor under the bus to ensure Sherry would be safe. So as Daryl starts putting two and two together, Dwight admits that Sherry was the one who let Daryl go, letting him escape. At this point, Dwight practically begs Daryl to trust him, saying that they can work together and stop Negan. He brings up the fact that Daryl knew him before the burn face, along with after, and that he should know that Dwight isn't lying about Sherry along with his motives. Daryl actually decides to trust Dwight, lowering his knife from his face. This is when Rosita brings up Sasha getting captured, leading everyone to ask why she was holding out on that information. She explains that she didn't trust Dwight, but she trusts Daryl. She wanted to wait for him to judge Dwight on his own before she said anything else. So it seems like Daryl's decision to trust Dwight was enough to convince everyone else to believe in him for now as well. Daryl knows him the best out of any of our survivors, so they trust his judgment on him. Also, although we all know how much Daryl wants to kill Dwight, Daryl is smart enough to realize that Dwight can be a very valuable piece of their puzzle and that he should be left alive. Daryl tells Rick that after this is all over, he'll kill Dwight no matter what, but he'll agree to hold off until his usefulness is over and done with. This results in their decision to let Dwight go after creating a full plan to take out Negan with him. So Dwight proposes a plan to join forces and take the saviors out together. He informs Rick and the others that Negan will actually be coming the next day or so with about 20 men in 3 trucks. Dwight says that he can cut some trees down on the road to slow them down and give them more time to prepare. He proposes that they take out Negan right then and there along with his 20 men that he's bringing with him. Dwight will radio back to the sanctuary and tell everyone that everything is alright and that they're on their way back. Rick and group would hide inside the trucks and drive them right back into the sanctuary and take out the rest. They could have also potentially found Sasha and saved her, along with getting all the workers and civilians on their side. After that, they could have completely taken over the sanctuary and pacified it from all saviors. From there, they'd have to go to outpost, taking out the remaining scraps one by one, finally ending it all. So as they let Dwight go, they start preparing for the next day. And you know, Dwight is actually shown to keep up his side of the bargain, as he actually did cut down those trees in the woods in order to slow them down. And you know what, this probably would have all went down perfectly if it wasn't for those damn junkyard weirdos double-crossing our survivors. during the entire time that the junkyard is shown to betray our main characters, Dwight actually doesn't look happy about it whatsoever. He's not shown smiling once, or even looking in anyone's direction. He doesn't even really shoot at the Alexandrians every chance he gets, as he just ran away from Ezekiel when he showed up. After the battle is shown to be over, while Daryl is closing the gates to Alexandria, he actually notices a small wooden carved army man sitting within the wall. He picks it up to find a small yet subtle note written on the back of it: "Didn't know." This was left by Dwight, of course, and it was actually a really smart way to inform Daryl that Dwight was unaware of the junkyard people betraying Alexandria. Back in 703, we learned that Dwight is a huge fan of carving and creating little action figures and statues, and in the mid-season finale, when Daryl was escaping, he actually ran into Dwight's room and flipped a table covered with them. I'm glad that Dwight decided to leave a note like this informing everyone that he's still on their side, and I'm really excited to see how he plans on helping Rick out in Season 8. I'm unsure of how difficult it'll be for Dwight to run off and meet with Rick or Daryl, considering the fact that all-out war has just begun, but I'm sure that they'll figure it out somehow. With Dwight being their inside man in the sanctuary, he can prove to be one of the most useful pieces of the puzzle to taking down Negan, and it's just up to our main characters to trust him. It's true that Dwight seems to be playing both sides right now, but I definitely believe that he'll stand up for the rebellion when the time comes. Dwight doesn't just want to throw his life away for Rick, but if he can help Rick take down Negan, he'll definitely try to help as much as he can. What do you guys think about Dwight in the show? Leave your opinions down in the comments section below, along with your predictions on how you think Dwight could help save the day in the future. That being said, have you guys read much of the comics? I'm also curious about how many of you guys know about Dwight's comic book counterpart, along with how you'd compare him to the TV show version. I know that could spark an entirely separate discussion, but knowing or even liking his comic book counterpart could definitely have something to do with your opinion of him, along with how you think he'll act in the future. Anyways, I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, or even possibly subscribe for future Walking Dead content if you haven't yet already. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys, so I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.